Hi everyone, it is Declan from Lindsay Kia here once again, and today I have the 2025 Kia Telluride EX in wolf gray. I really like this color. It's a nice soft putty color. It looks really sharp on the Telluride, especially with all those black accents and the chrome. And you can see here with the digital tiger nose grille and those blocky headlights and DRLs, it really has an aggressive classic SUV kind of look. It's nice and boxy and nice sharp square edges. And as the base model, it does have quite a few features. Kia's always been a big fan of front-loading features into the base model, so you get really good value for your car. And this being the luxury model from Kia in the crossover SUV market, you get a lot of features in here. But enough about that, let's get into it. All right, so the first thing we're going to do is we're going to come over to the tailgate and open it up. On the EX, you can use a power lift gate, but I'll use the handle on this for now. Let's take a look on the inside. So you got 8 passengers. Telluride has seating for 8, which is perfect. It's a really big, almost bus-like SUV. Coming down here at the false bottom, we have our wheel nuts down there. Down here is where the spare tire is, the lock is stored. You can have the spare tire underneath. And in here we have our change kit. Now, of course, you can always forget about having to use those because you do get CAA for 5 years with every new Kia purchase. And if you need to get the back seat folded down, give you more trunk space, very simple. All you gotta do is pull that cord here and this strap here, and there you go. You have so much more space in the Telluride for trips to Costco or Home Hardware, Garden Center, IKEA, wherever you might go that needs a bit more trunk space, the Telluride provides. But if you need to get into the middle row and get those seats folded down, it's even easier. I'll show you that in just a second here. And to get those seats folded down the second row, all you gotta do is push this button here for the left-hand side and the right-hand side. Now you might have to go to the front just like it happened there and push those seats down, but as you can see here, flat, deep trunk space can hold a lot of cargo from anywhere from moving to going to IKEA to get yourself a whole new bedroom set, to the garden center, to Home Hardware, anything you can think of. The Telluride handles it all. And if you need even more cargo capacity, the Telluride does tow up to 5,000 pounds. So this does everything that a truck, or a small truck at least, and an SUV could do for you. It's a great option, but let's go take a look at the seating in the second and third row in just a second. All right, now coming into the Telluride itself, you might notice I didn't put this seat back up. That's just to show you how easy it is to get it up and down. This button right here, all you gotta do is push that and raises the seat back up. Now, if you have to get from the second row to the third row, it can be a little tough doing that with just a bench seat in the way and no easy passage. All you have to do to fix that is push this button here, and the seat comes forward automatically to move forward. So let's hop into the back seat here. Then we'll just yank that door closed, and to give you guys the full effect of the seating here without locking me in, I'll move to the back and show you around. So we have a charging port here and here for the third row passengers, so they'll even be able to charge their devices, which I'm sure families are gonna love. And just looking around here, we have some very good clear sight lines. It's a very spacious SUV, so it is going to be very, very nice to transport the kids around. I'm about 6 foot-ish, and with the seats back, I'm decently comfortable. I have good headroom back here. I'm not stretching my legs out by any means back here, but on a shorter road trip, this would be a great option for people that even have teenagers. If you have a lot of kids, you got to load into the back. Even the tall ones will be relatively comfortable. Then we also have our HVAC vents here and here. And that's the back seat. Let's hop into the middle row. So we're gonna go back out the way we came. That's what I made it easy for myself. Oh, just 1 second, folks. I'm gonna have to figure my way out here in just a second. I'll see you in the middle row in a moment. All right, we are safely in the middle row there. I accidentally turned on the child safety lock. But as you can see in the middle section of the car, still very, very spacious. Even more legroom than the back seats there. I can actually stretch my legs out here with very comfortable seats in the 60/40 bench split. You even have a divider and a cup holder here for that middle row. Very nice to see. And over here we have charging port 1 and 2 for lightning fast charging. Then down here we have a 180 watt 12 volt outlet and a 115 volt alternating current inverter here, so you can plug in devices like a laptop and charge that up here. And then coming up to here, we do have our triple zone climate control. You can control that from the front, but if you have kids that are trustworthy, over here you can decrease or increase the temperature. Turn on auto. This is for face, this is for your feet, for the vent direction, and your fan speed over here, and an off button here. And there's a vent there, pretty much everywhere throughout here. And then there's also going to be your cup holder here, and a little pocket pouch here for tablets, magazines, books, things like that. But that is the second row seating here in the Telluride EX. But let's go hop into the front seat. I'll see you guys there in just a second. So coming up to the Telluride, if you're in a rush coming home from the grocery store, picking up the kids, you have your keys in your pocket or in your purse, but you don't have hands that are empty enough to go fish it out, not a problem. All you gotta do is use the keyless entry system, push this black button here, and the door's gonna open. Another thing I really like about the Telluride here is that it comes with standard power folding mirrors, and these will actually fold in when the car is locked. So it's a really good visual indicator that the car is locked. I don't know about you guys, but whenever I lock my car, I always have to triple, double, quadruple lock it to make sure I actually did indeed lock my car. This is a great way to make sure that you did indeed lock your car. So push this black button here, we'll see them fold open like that, and the car opens just like that. Easy peasy lemon squeezy. Now coming down here, we do have a power driver seat with lumbar support here. This is going to recline, decline. This is move the seat forward and back and up and down. Now let's hop into the Telluride itself, and we'll fire her up and check out that dash. So not old school, but the 2025 version of the Kia dash. It does get into a digital circle gauge in the higher trim levels of the Telluride. But you see here, nice long wide infotainment and cluster here. Coming over to my left hand side though, here we have our mirror adjustment over here, and this button here folds those mirrors in, out, and then you can adjust them with this here. Door locks, window switches, and your child safety door and window locks. Coming over here by my knee, we have this button here will adjust how bright your cluster is. This is your downhill brake control. This is your lift gate, and this is your anti-slip. Over here we have automatic headlights on this wand and our wiper blades on this wand. Further back over here we have our hands-free media control. So we have voice commands, audio output settings, hands-free calling, and this button can be tied to your hands-free calling. It'd be a phone call reject button, hang up button. This is your volume control, including mute, and this is your radio station tuning. On the right hand side here, this button here that looks like a couple pieces of paper stacked on top of each other will cycle through the dashboard computer here. This is your cruise control and your adaptive cruise control here, and this switch here is going to adjust your cruise control speed. This is your lane departure and lane keep assist button here. And this just scrolls through your options when you're going through this menu here. So if you want to see drive info for fuel economy, since refueling, the accumulated info, things like that, that's where you can find it. Coming over here, you'll notice we have standard satellite navigation on the Telluride. This is what the home screen is going to look like here. You have a couple of additional features on this. So you have navigation, you have your phone projection for Android Auto or Apple CarPlay. We have quiet mode, valet mode, rear climate control here, and your climate control up here. So you don't have to use the buttons here at all if you don't want to. And that is the infotainment system there. You do have Kia Connect on this car too, which is really, really nice. Really helps open up the car for all kinds of different applications on the phone. And down here we have your control settings for the infotainment, not on the touchscreen. So map and navigation. Work containers. So hit map, brings up the map menu. Navigation brings up your navigation. Radio and media. Radio brings up the radio. Media brings up any connected media devices, including Sirius XM, Android Auto, Apple CarPlay, your Bluetooth audio, things like that. Down here we have Seek and Track, another star button. I like to make that a programmable. This button here is programmable. I like to program it to being a home button, and then we have setup down here. Coming over to the HVAC controls, we have our heated steering wheel button right here. And this dial and this dial are for your dual zone climate control in the front, so both driver and front passenger can have their own personalized climate zones. This button here will turn off your HVAC. This turns on the front windshield defogger. This is for your fan speed. This is to control the rear triple zone climate control in the very back. This is your vent directions here. This turns on the AC. That's to turn on your heated mirrors and rear windshield. That's just to turn on the blower inside. Back up to here before I forget. This is your volume and power button for the radio. This is to change your radio stations here if you don't want to use Seek and Track. Now, underneath this hidden shelf here, if I can get it to open up, there we go. 8 times the charm. 12 volt, 180 watt outlet here. USB, Lightning USB, and wireless phone charging here, so you can actually just charge your device and leave it at home. Leave your charging cables at home, rather. Over here we have heated seat for driver, heated seat for front passenger. Then coming down below the gear shift, we have our parking proximity sensor. Idle on and off, so hit this and the engine's not going to turn off when you come to a stop. This is your auto hold, so you can take your foot off the brake when you come to a stop. You don't have to worry about pushing it down. It'll stay stationary even in drive. All you gotta do is hit the gas and go again. And this is your electronic parking brake. And then up here we have our drive and terrain mode. So we have comfort, eco, sport, and smart. Then snow, mud, and sand for terrain mode. So the Telluride can really handle pretty much all terrains and all driving conditions that are out there, especially up here in Canada. And then up here we have our garage door opener with HomeLink, so you can program that to open up your garage from your car. And then up here we have our lights, and then call a tow truck or CAA, call EMS. And this is the controls for the sun and moon roof here. So that is the Telluride EX. It's a great SUV for people looking for something a little bit more luxurious, a little bit bigger. It is available here at Lindsay Kia. Give us a call or visit us online. Links are in the description. Ask for Declan, the guy with the big red beard, to take you for a test drive, and they will point you in my direction. Make sure you guys leave a comment, like, and subscribe. Can't wait to see you guys on the next one. Take care, guys. Bye-bye.